Hopefully you're catching that text that's on the screen right now. I'm showing it for a purpose. We're going over 4 different techniques, tips, tricks, exploits, glitches, whatever you want to call them. I don't even know. People call stuff different things all the time. So I tried labeling them best I could, but you might have a different opinion of how to label each one, and it doesn't really matter when it all comes down to it. It's all a mechanic one way or another, honestly, but nobody searches for Red Dead Redemption 2 mechanics. Everybody's looking for glitches and exploits, so everybody calls everything a glitch or an exploit because that's what everybody searches for, and it just creates madness on the search engine. But anyways, don't need to ramble on about that. Welcome to another episode. This is The Last Deadeye, bringing you another episode of The Return of the Deadeye, where we go hunting and look at the returns. However, this episode, I will also be going over, as mentioned, those different game mechanics to help you be a better Deadeye. We'll save some time doing some little glitches, earn some extra money, knowing how to keep carcasses, which I don't actually earn any extra money because we end up testing another thing, which didn't result in anything worth mentioning, but you'll catch that later in the episode. A 5th test, I suppose, or something we were trying to see what would happen. I'll just leave the show to bring that to you. I don't want to throw out any spoilers this early in the episode, but that's something to look for later on. I do hope you enjoy the show. Thank you for coming in. If you're new, before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, or at least consider it, or go check out my channel, see what kind of other videos I offer, see if there's anything that interests you, and then consider subscribing, because that's, a place that you can really get an idea of what I'm going to be offering in the future. And if there's anything there you like, you're not going to want to miss what's coming. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. We're at Benedict Point, just southeast of Tumbleweed. This is how you go about getting an on the hunt mission from Hector. First thing I do is I run in and I loot this moonshine and the canned food. The canned food, that's going to give you health core and Deadeye core. The moonshine I use for crafting incendiary ammo, incendiary buckshot actually. You can craft other things with it too, but I primarily use it for incendiary buckshot. Then you run inside, see what Hector has to offer. If it's not on the hunt, go into your menu, select, run away from him first. Don't do it when you're close. Talk to Hector. Well, first grab that moonshine and canned meat, and then talk to Hector again. If he does not have an on the hunt mission for you, you just repeat this. You just free roam again, grab another moonshine, grab meat. There's other things in that moonshine and meat loot location as well, like some cocaine gum, coffee, hair promenade, perhaps a couple other things, but I'm full on most of that, so I don't bother picking it up or even trying. So go check that out, see what other loots that might interest you in that little shack. And I hope that method works for you. You might go, 20 minutes sometimes having troubles getting a mission. And like if it gets to the point where it seems like it's becoming monotonous and you're not getting a mission, go do something else. Go hunt something else. You know, give it a half hour. Enjoy yourself in the game. Don't kill yourself over the grind, and then come back to it. Check it out. See if you can get it to trigger then. Because in theory, perhaps you're not actually getting him to change missions. Perhaps you are switching servers, and each server he offers his own mission, and it doesn't change. So maybe let's say there's 5 servers you just keep switching to for your region, and all 5 of them are offering something other than on the hunt. Well, you need to maybe wait for one of those servers guys how to examine these clues without going through the animation. But first I'm going to demonstrate the animation. Now notice there's a vulture there that I killed. There's a vulture at all 3 of these clues. So what you want to do is be ready to kill it. Now this is what normally happens. You walk up to the clue, you hold down Y, well you focus on it with left trigger, then you hold down Y. It causes your character to crouch down, get on his knee, takes a look at the clue, and then stands back up. Takes a couple seconds of your time. Then you have to skin the bird as well. So I also like to take a couple of these birds, put them on my horse in case I end up running back to Tumbleweed. Then I've got carcasses to sell. This episode I will not be running back to Tumbleweed. I'll be fast traveling. But I'm still putting the carcasses on for demonstration purposes. And in case I do end up running back. Now you saw I killed another vulture at this second clue. Now watch what happens though. I'm going to skin it first. Then I'm going to pick it up. And before I go put it on my horse, I'm going to walk over to the clue, hold down left trigger, and then hold Y. And it's going to make that chime noise. You heard that noise. And that means the clue has been examined. And I can move on to the next one. It completely skips the examine animation. Now, at this third bird, I already have 2 carcasses. I did this wrong. If you want to make this as quick as possible, what you want to do is, when you get off your horse and walk up to the carcass, instead of holding down Y to pluck it, hold down X to pick it up. And then before you pluck it, while it's in your hand, examine the clue, and it will skip that animation. And then pluck it, and you'll drop it, and then you'll be able to kill the cougar. This is how you examine the quality of one of these animals. You walk up to your horse and press right on the D-pad, and it will open the horse cargo and tell you the quality of those animals. Because they're mission animals, you can't see how many stars they have when you're looking down sights at them or when you pick them up. It just tells you the name of the animal. But if you put them on your horse and then look at your horse cargo, it will tell you what quality they are there. I did not realize that that cat was as close as it was. I was expecting it to be out past the road. So instead of going with trying to get it with express ammo, I hurry up and switch to explosive ammo because that kitty cat will take a lot of damage. And I don't know that I've ever had it kill me or not, but it might do more damage than a regular cougar too. So I don't know, it might one hit kill you if it gets on you. I know a regular cougar, if you have level 10 health, you can throw it off you and get another shot at it. I don't know about this cat. So I wasn't going to take any chances, and explosive ammo it was. At this point, I'm really close to McFarland's ranch. I'm looking for another horse because there is a panther spawn location east of McFarland's ranch. I'm going to go check it out. But if I do come across a panther, then I'm going to want another horse to travel with it because obviously I can't put it on my horse. So finding a horse, killing the guy, and stealing his horse is the way to go. Now, this horse is spooked at first. You're going to have to get it in range and then target it and hit X and tell it to calm down. And then you can hop onto it from your horse, or you could get off, or you could lasso it. There's several different things you could do. I like to just hop onto it from my horse if I can. Once you calm it down, it's a lot easier just to hop onto it. But you can actually hop onto it before calming it down. It's just not quite as easy. So as you can see, we're right here at McFarland's Ranch. That is the location where the mission ends. That's where we're going to need to drop the Cougar off. You can't see that location right now because I don't have the Cougar in my position. But I'm going to try something new here. Okay, well first I'm going to put these carcasses on the horse. This is how you go about keeping carcasses after the mission ends. You put them on a stranger's horse, and I don't know if you can leave the horse unhitched and just, you know, hope it sticks around, but I like to hitch it, help keep it from running away. And then after you complete the mission, you will be able to come back and find this horse still hitched to the post. Now you can see on the map, or on the mini map, the radar, that that area has lit up yellow now, showing that's where to take the Cougar. So I'm going to hitch my horse, and I'm going to look around and see if there's any small game I can hunt. Because if there's anything I can kill and add to my satchel, so that later when I'm at the butcher I can sell it, then that's what I want to do right now. You know, birds would be really ideal, collecting feathers. Rabbits are good, you collect their pelts. Squirrels, you can pick them up. Various other rodents, or varmint, I guess, just pick them off and skin them up. You know, if you see a snake even, you can skin it and take its skin. There's all sorts of little critters that you can farm at this point. I didn't see anything though. And then I thought, you know what? When I go check that panther out, I'm always taking my horse as well. It's following behind me. I'm just going to leave him here and see what happens. I mean, like, worst case scenario, I end up failing the mission for some reason. But that's not, you know, like, a tragedy, because I'm learning information. So this is a test. I might be risking the mission success, but at the same time, I'm risking learning something valuable too. So it's risk versus reward here, and you know, it's something you only have to do one time, and then you know for the rest of the time you play. So it's worth the risk. Knowledge is really great to have when you're playing a video game for long hours. Knowing how the mechanics work are real beneficial. So we're going to leave that corpse with my horse at McFarland's Ranch. Now I wonder if other players can see if that, when that, now see, my horse I think just vanished. I'm not sure. But I wonder if other players can see on the map that that corpse is there marked for them to pick up or not. I don't know the details on that. I wouldn't really recommend doing what I just did. That's something I'm just doing to see what's going to happen. It's kind of a test, like see if I could go really far away from the corpse, even if the corpse would despawn or if it would stick around. So if you stick around, you're going to see the results of that test. That's actually one of the tests. There's another test that I hadn't even mentioned yet that we're going to test even later on in the episode too. So check that out when the time comes. You'll know when it is. I haven't mentioned it yet. And when you see us talking about another test, you'll know that that's the one I'm talking about right now. So I came down here. I looked for the panther. The panther I did not find. And also sometimes there's geese right there on that point. I was looking for some geese because I'm low on animal fat right now. So after I come over here and find the panther or not, I'll often try and get a little animal fat. But this time just did not work out for me. There's a boar over there, but I don't really want to shoot it because I don't want to scare any ducks away. And then when I do finally find ducks, I shoot several of them down, and then there's a boar there as well, so I switch and I shoot the boar, and when I shoot the boar, the corpses of the ducks despawn, which I've warned you guys about before. If there's animals down already, don't go shooting some other species of animal, because the ones you have down, the corpses will likely disappear. And I much rather would have had those 3 ducks and gotten 3 animal fat than that 1 boar and only 1 animal fat. But I went against my own suggestion and own warning to you guys, and it ended up costing me, and it will end up costing me again too. I'm sure that's not the only time I'll be doing it. I'll be doing it again in the future, I'm sure. Sometimes I'm just playing the game and I'm being just a hunter killing stuff, not someone trying to win the game mechanics. So this is the point I'm talking about here. I shoot these ducks down. 1, 2, 3. I think we got 3 of them there. Now I'm going to shoot that boar. As soon as I shoot that boar, it's not even dead yet. As soon as I take a shot at it, those other corpses disappeared. And they weren't off my radar. Those were well within range on my radar, those ducks. That is a bummer, you know. But that's what I've warned you guys about before, so keep that in mind when you're hunting yourself. Checking the map here so I can take a look at that corpse and see if there were any other players around, maybe messing around with my corpse or not. Because I still have that mission corpse on my radar there. So now I skin the boar up, which is not very profitable activity, but it's going to be a little bit of money to take back to the butcher. I put the hide on the horse. So now we have a hide and 2 carcasses, which will prove good for later when I show you how to keep this when the mission ends. And I'm still looking for those geese, and they are not spawning for me, so I'm not sure why the geese aren't spawning. They're usually spawnable, but whatever. You can only take what you can get. I'm in a mission right now, so I can't even really free roam and get the area to reload for me. It's just not a very populated situation here right now for me. But anyways, we'll head off and see if we can find maybe a rabbit to shoot, or a pheasant, or some other hawk or something. I do believe I get a turkey here in a moment. Yeah, I'm checking the panther spawn is right in front of us there. It's under that small tree at the bottom of the hill. Right by where that turkey is at the base of that tree to the right of that turkey is where the panther spawns. You can see on the mini map the stretch of land that I'm on, and you could use that to compare to the mini map in your game or to the map to get an idea exactly where that panther is. It's also demonstrated in a video I have titled "Aren't You Curious Why I'm Selling Panther in Tumbleweed?" So that you can actually see the panther lying down under that tree in that video, if you want to see the location specifically. So now we're going to head back to McFarland's Ranch. I called my horse on accident. I whistled for it. We're not going to be able to see if my horse still had the corpse on it. But obviously, I guess it didn't have the corpse on it still, because otherwise it would have just still been in McFarland's Ranch, and it would have ran to me with the corpse. So I would imagine that when I got so far away from my horse that it despawned and the corpse dropped out from under it. And we're going to head back to McFarland's Ranch now, and we'll hitch this guy up, and we'll wait the timer out. We're going to get this rabbit bag. I don't think I stepped on it there. I need to get a friend of mine in this game to tell me if that cougar's showing up on the radar for them or not. It's just information I would like to know. Then I could pass that on to you guys when I'm making these videos. It's something I'd be interested for the wolf carcass down in Tumbleweed area too. Because I don't really understand why this is not a PvP mission. Like, there should be an opportunity for players to steal this carcass from us and sell it themselves to somebody and make some money off of it. This should not be just PvE in the online mode. And I think that it's kind of bugged right now, so I would not be surprised on any level to one day log in and find out that this has turned into a PvP situation. And I think it would be after you kill the animal, then it would say, oh, you're marked for PvP, other players can steal the corpse and sell it. Now I've got this stranger's horse and the mission timer's coming down to an end. I'm going to hitch it over here by where the mission ends at. Now, it doesn't show on my radar the mission ends here, but that's because I don't have the Cougar with me. It's on my other horse. If I were to pick the Cougar up, you'll see in a moment where the mission point is. Now, I have 2 carcasses and a hide on that stranger's horse, and I have 1 rabbit carcass on the left side of my own horse. My own horse is the one with the Cougar on it that I just took the Cougar off of. You can see the rabbit carcass hanging there, as well as the carcasses on the stranger's horse. The stranger's horse is that gray one. I'm going to wait here for the timer to count down, and you'll see in about 2.5 minutes what happens after the mission completes to these horses. It's rather interesting. So you can see here, after the mission is over, the carcasses remain on the stranger's horse. The stranger's horse remains hitched to the post, And my horse is mysteriously been stored away, and when I call it, there are no carcasses on it. So this is how you can keep carcasses even after completing the mission. And now what I'm going to do is show you what happens when you are on a stranger's horse and attempt to fast travel. I've never done this before. I know that when I attempt to fast travel with my own horse and I have carcasses on it, those carcasses disappear. So I thought, I wonder what happens if I use a stranger's horse. So check this out. I didn't mean to get off the horse, but I'm going to fast travel back to Tumbleweed. And I did deduct this $3 from the earnings. It is figured in. This was not a very profitable run, but whatever. We learned quite a few things, got to demonstrate some things, so it did not go to waste. Once we load here, we'll see what happens. And boom. Wow. We're on our own horse now. The stranger's horse has completely disappeared. I don't know, maybe it's back in McFarland's ranch. That would be interesting to have another player watch and see what happens on that end. Did I just vanish off of the horse and the horse remain there? That's a good question, right? Maybe we'll explore that sometime and see on this channel. Who knows? Something to look forward to. If I get an opportunity to test it out and think of it, I definitely will and let you guys know. I guess that just about wraps it up here. Thanks for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, happy hunting, partner.